everybody, it's Mickey here with my personal cat, Alfred Monroe. We're here to tell you that we wrapped up our A Tale to Remember online auction over the weekend, and it was a big success. Thank you so much for your participation and shopping for the animals. Your support means the world to us. With the cancellation of our in-person event, there's a critical piece of our annual auction that you missed. It's called our special appeal. This is the paddle race section of our live auction where we share a very important story with you. Since we couldn't present it to you in person, we've decided to share the story of Luna and her 11 puppies via this email. The story highlights our mission in motion, showing you the resources it takes to carry out our mission and how your critical donation dollars are at work. Please take a few moments to watch this video in its entirety. It's very touching and I think you're gonna love it. And I hope it moves you to donate so that we can continue our life-saving work. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
We first heard of Luna and her puppies from an email plea that we received from an overpopulated shelter in Texas. They had a transport coming our way and needed rescue for a mom with 11 puppies. We had a foster available, so we immediately said yes.
I started having concern about sturgeon primarily on August 4th. He had yellow and green mucus coming out of his nose, which signaled an upper respiratory infection. I called April at 10 p.m. and she brought over sub-Q fluids, probiotics. We started them on nebulizer, we started them on fluids, we started them on antibiotics. On Friday night, August 6th, Sturgeon was very bad off. He was crashing. So about 10:30 that night, I called Jared. Jared came right over immediately and collected Sturgeon and took him to Dove Lewis. They kept them for 2 days, and Monday night, the 8th, he came home with us. The next Sunday, the 15th, we woke up in the morning, you could see that Sturgeon was just not well.
So on the early morning on one Sunday, the foster contacted me and informed me that Sturgeon had crashed really hard overnight and that he was not doing well. I recommended that they bring him to our Sunday surgery clinic and have our vet do an assessment. Upon arrival, he was lethargic, not responsive. Our vet did say that he was not savable at that point and that the best thing to do was to humanely euthanize and help him pass. About a week later, I received a contact from April that Pink was suffering from a grand mal seizure that lasted over 20 minutes. We contacted numerous emergency vet hospitals. Thankfully, VCA Northwest vet specialists out of Clackamas were able to take Pink into their care. Upon arrival, they said that Pink was not savable at that point, but they would like to run some tests. Unfortunately, before they could run those tests, they contacted us, informed us that they had to euthanize Pink and that those tests could not be run. At that point, we wanted to see if we could run a necropsy to see what we were dealing with. But at that point, we were being told it looked like distemper. We're shocked because it's unprecedented in our shelter. And the only thing we could do was wait. We had the fosters monitor and we were available round the clock. Another week later, we got a contact. Hunter and Flower were not doing well, that they had crashed and were showing neurological symptoms. We contacted CRVS. Unfortunately, Hunter passed on his own upon arrival at CRVS, and that Flower was showing some very advanced neurological symptoms. She would likely need to be humanely euthanized. So the fosters had one more puppy of concern, and that was Rose. She would have a few good days, and then she would crash, and we would rush out there and we would treat for any conditions that she had. She would perk up and she would be good and happy for a few short days, and then she would crash again. After the third time, we decided that we should have her seen by a vet, and we took her over to East Patten Animal Hospital. After the second day, we got a call from the doctor there that she was showing neurological symptoms. And it was under their recommendation that she also had to be helped along with passing. It wasn't 5 minutes after we received that contact from the doctor at East Patten that we received a text from our vet that the necropsy results came back positive for distemper.
How much time we were putting in every day is hard to nail down. When you're doing puppy foster, and especially with puppies that are fighting upper respiratory infection, this is 24/7. From the moment we get up, We are changing bedding, we're medicating, putting puppies in the nebulizer. The nebulizer was 3 times a day, 4 if needed. I'm a stay-at-home dog mom. I do puppies 24/7. So we're never actually not on the clock. For how long we will have them until they are ready to be put up for adoption.
So far, WCGHS has spent approximately $7,000 to $8,000 to try and save these puppies. Our fosters, Mel and Lori, have put in countless hours around the clock. In addition, our dedicated staff has been on call 24/7, ready to spring into action at a moment's notice. And we're just not sleeping, we're just living these puppies every day.
Right now, the prognosis for the remaining puppies in Luna things are looking good for the most part. They're all happy, they're all playing around. We will run continuous tests every 2 weeks for the next several weeks to months until we receive negative results. From those tests, if we receive negative results, we will move forward with adoption.